Albatre started as a meeting point as three friends, and it was also, we came along with the idea of doing something where power and energy would be always in the front line, along with improvised music, but would be also like a screaming of us, saying, okay, we want to have this energy. It's definitely one of the proposals we put in front of us when we decide to make the trio. Actually, Rotterdam was the anchor point for me and Philip to meet. I knew Hugo from Lisboa, my hometown city. We both studied there in the jazz school. That's how we met. Met in the late 90s, 99, I guess. And then I moved to the Netherlands to follow my studies.
We all met, Gonzo and me, in the early 2000s in Rotterdam. We were connected to the Rotterdam Conservatorium where we studied. And that's how we met. And I live since 2001 in Rotterdam, so I've become more and more Dutch.
I invited Philip and Hugo to join and to say, let's do something fun and something out of the academic world. Let's go for something more adventurous.
I like very much playing with these two guys. We have this, of course, this friendship base, and it feels very good to play with them and get the energy out. It feels like home. It sounds maybe a bit cheesy, but that's what it is. It feels very comfortable, and when we got it right, it feels very powerful and very satisfactory. So.
Just looking for a name, and he read the poem in which the title of the poem had this phrase, this sentence. Albatre, it's actually a French word for alabaster, the stone, alabaster, and in French is Albatre. And we found the name, it's just a name, in the end was just, we didn't look for any secondary meaning or something, it was just a name that could sound, yeah, that would have some sort of a sound.
Of course, as a teenager, I grew up with rock and pop. I liked it also. My studies in the Rotterdam Conservatory, I went to the pop department. And they gave me the freedom to develop myself how I would like to be. And I really dived into drum and bass, live drumming. I loved it. And at one point, I don't know, it was a very natural process. I discovered more the jazz world, free jazz world, and I like power, and I like extreme and fast, and this fitted very well, the speed, and to have the freedom to go wherever you want to go.
I still remember it was also a big influence. I went to see a concert for the first time, a live concert of jazz. And it was Jim Black playing, which was a drummer that still, for me, it's an incredible musician. And I was so inspired to see something out of the world that was coming from rock. And that's brought me the idea, okay, then I want to maybe dive into the jazz and improvised music world. And that's when I actually decided to study double bass, upright bass. And I followed that along with the bass guitar. But double bass has been in the last 20 years, a big part of my musical experience. Later on, I was already living in the Netherlands. A friend of mine brought me a record of Peter Kovold, and this was really opening to me in terms of what's the world of what I call creative improvised music, free improvisation, and since then it even became music that I relate a lot with, and I work mostly in free improvised music. We start always because we have the chance of living the three of us in the same city, which nowadays sometimes it's hard because everybody lives in different parts of Europe. But the three of us, we live there in Rotterdam, and therefore we take the chance that we do meet and we do practice, or we just play. And we try to keep up the creativity in an improvised way, but also we compose in the moment. So we take things that have been created in the spot by improvisation, and then we start working around that. It's not a free jazz unit. We actually have a lot of patterns and a lot of stuff. We framework, and within that framework we have space for improvisation. But we do compose as a band in the rehearsal room. Mostly the set we play tonight is actually all based in the stuff we released in Osaka Records, which is the LP that we're now actually presenting in this tour. In case we extend a bit the concert for an encore or so, we might have some surprises with the new tracks, but we'll see how the people react and how we can extend the concert.